Hey, this podcast replay is brought to you by VSS West Pines, your one-stop shop for any and all vape and smoke shop needs. When knowledge counts, call 954-613-3367 or visit on social media at VSS West Pines. We're going to talk now to Mississippi State quarterback Tommy Stevens. He's going to join us now. I think I'm going to really like this interview with Tommy because he wears a Nirvana shirt. So that alone in itself, he's going to win me over because he's a rock. At least I think he's a rocker, or he's acting like one, sporting a rock shirt, trying to be cool by wearing a rock T-shirt. So which one is it, Tommy Stevens from Mississippi State? Are you acting cool or do you rock? Which one is it? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. There we go now.
We good? Yeah.
Yes.
I've always kind of liked, alternative rock. Nirvana is probably in its own little category, I would say. But I sit around in that area. Sometimes get a little bit heavier, sometimes a little bit softer. But yeah, Nirvana is one of my favorites.
All right. So what's your go-to Nirvana song?
It's kind of hard to get away from Teen Spirit, but Come As You Are is a good one too.
Okay.
Those two are probably my favorites.
Okay. Nice. All right. So when you go harder, what is it?
Metallica.
Nice. We're going to go to Rockville in Daytona this year. It's in May. And, dude, Metallica is playing 2 of the nights, and both nights, different sets.
Man, it sounds like a good time. You guys got extra tickets?
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. We're going to interview them and everything. We'll be doing the show out there and everything. We'll be broadcasting from Rockville this year. So, yeah. Yeah, what a job, right?
Yeah.
I get to interview athletes like yourself and rock stars. Huh? That's my job.
Sounds like a hell of a time.
See it there? It says sound check. That's the music show. The Big O show is a regular sports show, and then the sound check is the music show. So there you go. So we'll send you a link when we get Metallica on.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
All right?
I'll definitely get watched.
So we'll have a little fun with that, and we'll have it on YouTube too. So you'll be able to watch it. So, who's the other? Have you gravitated to another rocker in the in the locker room, or not a lot of rockers in the locker room right now?
They're slim. No? They're slim. That's for sure. I haven't exactly ventured out either. I've kind of kept to myself as far as the music choices, but yeah. So, talk a
little bit, Tommy, about your challenge when it comes to getting to know your teammates, because that obviously has got to be a priority for any quarterback.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's a big piece. Obviously, the quarterback position is going to have to, like you said, gravitate to the teammates and connect in a special way in order to have success. So, luckily for me, it was a trait that was passed down to me by my mom. She's always been able to walk into any room and really talk to anybody that's there. The richest of the rich, the poorest of the poor, and she's always kind of fit in. So I definitely get that from her, and so that's kind of, I guess, the way that I operate.
Talk to me a little bit about your career at Mississippi State. You had your ups, your downs. You kind of fought through a lot of adversity in that Tennessee game, all of that. How's that made you a better person, let's say, before we talk about player?
Yeah, no, I definitely think that,
Wait a minute. Whoa, we lost him there. Hold on. Go ahead,
Good.
Tommy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I definitely think that, really in any aspect of life, nothing really goes exactly how you're expecting it to go. And so definitely just continuing to learn, through the good, through the bad, just learning from every situation is obviously, critically important. So, you can make the best of the next situation that comes if you're, presented a similar task. So definitely was able to learn a lot this year, learned a lot about myself. And, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for, everything that's been thrown to me and my 23 years of life. So.
Okay. What are you trying to prove this week to folks out there? What's the knock on Tommy Stevens, and you want to show them that knock does not exist?
I think obviously, given the season that I just had, I was injured a lot, and so it's going to be hard to prove that this week that I will be built for the long term. But just going to do my part and throw the ball and just at the end of the day just play ball, enjoy this last week of practice with the guys and. Who knows what the next step will be, but just very, very thankful for this opportunity and to be here, man. This is a dream come true for me. So,
when you got the call that you had this opportunity to showcase your talents, talk to me a little bit about that, because this is a great opportunity for not all the players are here, man.
Absolutely.
Here, a Senior Bowl or the NFLPA, if you're not in one of these 3 games, you lose out on a huge opportunity.
100%. Yeah, it's very, very special. I remember once I found out, I immediately called my parents and I let them know. I mean, this is something that we wanted to do, and I'm incredibly blessed to have this opportunity.
Who's challenged you the most in your interviews so far?
They've all been relatively the same, I would say, as far as the questions that have been asked. There have been a few like iPad tests, I would say, that have been like tough, or different things on questionnaires by specific teams, but all in all, it's been good. It's been good to get to know some of these guys and see what they have to offer.
How do they challenge you football wise? Your IQ football wise?
So
give me an example.
So specifically, I did a test yesterday with the Ravens, and it was a test on the iPad, and so it gives you like an image, and so it's a black screen. It gives you an image, and it's fast as a snap of a finger. Like it shows you the image of like a pre-snap look, and you have to be able to identify what look you think that you're going to get from a coverage standpoint. So you've got options. It can either be 2-man, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6. And when I say snap of a finger, I mean it's there and it's gone. And so
it's a flash.
Yeah. If I remember right, there were 74 different little pre-snap images that I would go through, and was able to go through all those looks and do my best on it.
So when you're going through that, do you get a sense like they're like trying to fool you in the process?
In a way, but that's just defensive football. Defenses are always trying to mess with the quarterback and give you certain tip-offs to make you think that it's something else, and that's why the whole picture as itself is important, because each guy tells a different story, and at the end of the day, I like to think that they're all on like a bicycle chain. One guy starts coming down, another guy's got to go to center field, and so things like that is just go through the all overall pre-snap checklist and be able to see it. Hopefully, I'll have more time to do it in the game than just a snap of a finger.
Yeah. You have about no more than 2.8 seconds on average.
Oh, yeah. That'll be enough, because it was a lot faster than that. But just to be able to do those type of things and give yourself an idea before the play's even snapped, what you're going to see from the defense.
Tommy Stevens, quarterback from Mississippi State, joining us here on the East-West Shrine Game. And we're out here, of course, at the Trade Winds Resort, headquarters for the East-West Shrine Game. Tommy, do you remember the day you said, I want to be a quarterback, and why?
The idea was actually proposed to me by my father at a pretty early age. I remember I was like in either 5th or 6th. I think it was 5th grade. He's like, hey, man, you're going to be a tall guy. So, you're not. I was playing running back at the time, and he's like, you're not going to be able to play running back forever. And, you're probably going to grow out of the position. I remember being kind of disappointed about it, because at the time I thought that I was a pretty good running back. And so I was not very thrilled by the whole idea of playing quarterback at an early age. I would say, first started throwing the ball as a quarterback, because we ran Navy's offense in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
not a lot of throwing.
Yeah, but we probably threw it more than those guys. I think I threw it probably 300 times, maybe as a senior.
Wow.
So, we threw it more than I guess the average triple option team would. But I really got my feet, I guess, in the ground as a thrower starting at my junior year of high school. So that's why I think that I still have a lot of room to grow. I haven't been playing in position for a long time, so I'm excited to continue to evolve as a quarterback.
All right, so you weren't happy. So how did you go about becoming that quarterback? Because if your heart's not in it, that's kind of a challenge, isn't it? Because you made it sound like your heart's in the running, and obviously you're in a contact. The quarterback's got to avoid contact, my brother, okay? That's why I think Jimmy Garoppolo has made it this far, because he did not challenge anybody this year like he did last year and paid the price. So it's a whole different mindset, dude. How'd you have to rewire yourself?
Well, I guess I became a little less stubborn, and I started listening to what people were telling me. I didn't necessarily believe my dad when he said that I was going to be probably 6'3", 6'5" range, and I was able to get on the upper end of 6'4", and I think that I'm done growing. But I tell people all the time, I got to high school as a freshman, I was 5'8".
Yeah, but I saw you hanging over there outside with weights on your leg. You're still trying to stretch yourself out.
Yeah, man.
That was the old, back in the day, people used to literally hang from poles and then put weights on their ankles.
Yeah.
Because they thought that would stretch you out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the one trick that I did have growing up. Obviously, eating, trying to eat as best as I could. But my dad would come into my room and he would always make sure that my feet were untucked from the blanket. And so, like, it's just something just as subtle as that. Like, I was like, Dad, you're nuts. And I mean,
they were untouched. What do you mean?
So
your feet had to be? They couldn't be covered.
They could be covered, but as long as the blanket wasn't tucked up underneath, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, I had.
So you had to have some air come under.
Yeah, I had some room to grow. So he did that with me. He did that with my sister and my brother. My brother's already he's a freshman in high school and he's about 6'1". So I don't know if he tried something different, but it's definitely working for him. So.
Wow. Okay. All right. But dude, then you got the draft going on, and you're like, on a really cold day, I don't know. Do you crank up? Like, I love to crank up the AC. So every part of my body is under those covers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Damn. So you had to adjust to that, too. Were you wearing socks at least?
Nah, I can't sleep in socks.
No, me neither.
No way.
Me neither. I can't sleep in socks either. But damn, your feet were getting cold then.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, something a little crazy there. He's obviously been a big influence on my life and helped a lot.
What did you learn most from your Tennessee experience when you struggled in that, when you threw the interceptions?
I think that, kind of like I was saying earlier, nothing really goes exactly how you expect it to go. And I was coming off being banged up a little bit. I was finally starting to feel right, and because I had the AC separation in week 2 of that year, and if I remember, I think Tennessee was either 4 or 5 of that year. So, I get back into the swing of things. I'm feeling right, and we run like a quarterback inside zone, and just nothing crazy, just subtle, just bang. I just bang the shoulder, and all it comes back. It just starts it flares up, which is natural. I mean, that's kind of what was, I guess, expected of the game, and not to use that as an excuse or anything, but sometimes things like that happen. You start thinking about that. You start thinking about things that you don't need to be thinking about, and bad things happen. So. Like I said earlier, bad things happen. It's about how you respond to it. Lucky for me, I was able to have another opportunity later down the road, being able to start in some games and basically get back into where I started the season. And I was incredibly thankful for that to have that opportunity. And the game was against Arkansas, I believe, and I was able to play well against them. And so,
dude, there's an Arkansas D lineman today.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a good player.
Damn, he's a good player. Blowing everything up today, bro.
Strong. Plays hard, passionate.
Fast.
Oh, yeah, he's a good player.
Wow. What's his name? Because it's not a normal name, dude. It's like my name, Alzigary. It's a really screwed up name. McElveen Agim or Agim, or I don't know how to pronounce it. I've got to make sure he's not around. He might kick my ass. I don't know, but that dude, boy, that was impressive today, bro. He blew up. I mean, he made some guys not feel good about themselves today on the offensive line.
Plays hard. He's a good dude, too. Good guy to be around. Like I said.
He's got energy. Yeah, he's got a personality.
A lot of personality, that's for sure.
Yeah, because when a guy, that's Holden. He was like, I was laughing because he's a character. He was talking, but he was backing it up.
You gotta have those, too. Those guys are very important.
I don't mind the guy that talks as long as you can back it up.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
That's the one. Because if you can't back it up, what happens to you in the locker room?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
That's where you start losing all credibility and respect and all of that. All right, we'll wrap it up with this. Tommy Stevens from Mississippi State. What convinces you that you will be successful at the next level?
I think that there's been lots of different areas where I've had success. It's just all about consistency. And so, continuing to grind, like I said, we've been playing the position for, a relatively short amount of time. So continuing to evolve as a passer, continuing to get more reps under my belt in any way that I can. I think I'm going to show teams, in this league that, I would have a whole lot of value. So, excited for it, excited to, finish off this week strong and get working towards the next chapter of my life.
All right. Any new bands you're listening to?
No, not really. I like to keep it with the old stuff. I did start listening to Motley Crue after that movie came out.
Oh, okay. The Dirt? Wasn't that a fun movie?
Oh, it was fun.
That was a fun movie, man.
Sure. I probably watched it 5 times.
Have you heard Greta Van Fleet?
I've heard it. I haven't really heard.
You need to listen. Because they're a new band, but they play classic.
Oh, okay.
So, Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah, definitely be on the playlist.
I promise you, you will be rocking with them.
Love that.
You'll have a little highway tune on your way into the game next time.
Oh, yeah.
On your headphones, right?
Awesome. Yep.
Tommy, thank you for taking some time, man. Excellent stuff.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. Tommy Stevens, baby. Way to go, Mississippi State. Appreciate that.